Alright guys, what's going on guys? It's your boy Kree here bringing you guys another Borderlands 3 video, and in this video we are going to be talking about the Rakk Sakk build for Flag, baby. Real quick side note, the gameplay being used here is in Mayhem 3 in the system of Slaughter. However, without further ado, let's get right into the build. So here we are guys over at the builds and the trees, and we're going to go ahead and read everything off. Obviously for this build, since there's a Rakk Sakk build, we are going to be using the Rakk Sakk instead of the fadeaway. In the Hunter skill tree, we got obviously 5 stacks of the Interplanetary Stalker, 5 stacks of the Hunter's Eye, 3 stacks of the Head Count. I got 1 of Second Intention, mainly because I have a lot of these in my class mod that allow me to spec a little bit more into this tree. So if you don't have it, do not put anything into this one or into big game. You should only have enough for Stalker, Hunter's Eye, Head Count. 2 Fang is a must. I'd say most dangerous game is a must. This one is not a must. This one is I just had an extra point, so I threw it into Grim Harvest. And 1 into Galactic Shadow, I'd say that is a must. Obviously, Galactic Shadow is really good because it deals increased critical hit damage. 2 Fangs obviously really good because it has a 25% chance to fire an extra projectile. And then Head Count, whenever Flag scores a critical hit, there's a chance to reduce the access cooldown, which is also very good. And then over here, we have Flak and Load. Flak sends forward additional Rakk. +2, and then we have Rakk, however you want to say it. Flak's Rakk has increased cooldown rate and a gain in additional charge, 20% on the cooldown rate and just +1 charge. So moving on to the Stalker tree here. From the top we got self-repairing system. This is very good for Flag's regen ability. Obviously, Flag's maximum health is increased and constantly regenerate, which is awesome. Then we got 5 stacks of Furious Attack. We got 5 into Overclocked. And then obviously we always have Lick in the Wounds. If you ever spec into this tree, I always consider this a must-use skill so that your pet can always pick you up. We have 3 into Turn, Tail, and Run. This one's very good. While moving, Flat constantly regenerates health and gains damage reduction, or while still, Flat gains gun damage and fire rate. Moving on to the Fast and the Furious, we have while above half health, Flat's gun damage and movement speed are increased. Maxed out 25% gun damage and 10% movement speed, also really nice to have. I have 3 into Hidden Machine. I just want to quick side note, none of my class mod is spec'ing to this, so this is exactly what you should have if you are mimicking this build point for point. When an enemy has no target or is attacking a different target, Flak deals increased damage to them. Then we have the power inside. Flak and Flak's pet gain increased damage when Flak activates an action skill. If Flak is at full health, the damage is doubled. That's obviously very important. And then we get a plus 25% damage and power inside duration of 15 seconds. So that basically wraps up the skill points and where they go. Once again, these points right here are slightly affected by the class mod that I have equipped. So if you don't have the one that I have equipped, do not put any into big game. Don't put any into Second Intention, and don't put any into Grim Harvest, and you should end up with the baseline here of Galactic Shadow, most dangerous game, 2 Fang, Head Count, Hunter's Eye, and Interplanetary Stalker. Moving on to the weapons that we have for the build. So I would say there's literally, for this build, I use mainly 2 weapons. That is being this Ruthless Infinity. The main reason why I like this Infinity is because it's anointed and it grants an extra charge of Rakk Attack. Obviously for a Rakk Attack build, that's very useful. The Hostile Crossroads, I just like this SMG. I think it's pretty good all around. I don't really use it that much on this build, but I just kind of threw it on here to fill up a space. The Flacker, even after it's nerfed, this gun is still very strong, and I use it on this build mainly for the extra splash damage. And then this gun I just threw it because it's an extra MIRV projectiles that is pretty good, but I don't really use it that much. Once again, the main 2 weapons is the Flacker here, and this Ruthless Infinity that's anointed is most important gun I use for this build. Moving on to the shield, we got the Zen Recharger. Instantly begins recharging when broken. Cooldown 20 seconds. Minus 25% recharge delay. 8% health and 17% resistance to the last damage type received. Anointed Beastmaster. This is slightly annoying because it's anointed for fadeaway. However, it's still a good shield all around. Here's the class mod that I was telling y'all about earlier. 31% damage to SMGs, assault rifles, and sniper rifles, and then Flak's Hunt skill power is increased by 25%. And then my grenade is the MIRV Hex grenade. Still, even after it's nerfed, it's still a decent grenade. But yeah, that basically that wraps up everything for like the build wise. Once again, here's a quick look at the tree once more. And then yeah, we'll go ahead and finish everything up real quick. Well guys, it is just about going to wrap everything up here. I really do enjoy this build. It's definitely a change of pace instead of always using a fadeaway crit build, and it's pretty fun shooting infinite racks and everything. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know your opinions on the build down below. Leave a like if you see fit, subscribe if you're new. My name's Kree, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.